Carnage may have been vanquished, but the war for symbiote supremacy is only just beginning. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop to the pages of Venom issue number 20 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so if you read the finale for Absolute Carnage, you'll know that Eddie Brock was ultimately victorious over his eternal foe, Cletus Cassidy. In fact, he beat him rather easily in a fact that still sort of bothers me. You may also remember that early on, Eddie Brock had actually managed to enlist the help of the Maker, the evil Reed Richards of the Ultimate Universe, only for the Maker to, well, do what the Maker does and turn against the good guys. He just kind of wandered off, and it's in this issue we actually pick up with him and see what's going on with the Maker. He's talking to his masters, his bosses essentially, at the mysterious Project Oversight. And while he bemoans not being able to get the codexes for himself, he does say that he managed to learn some very important information about young Dylan Brock, who here officially gets the classification of a human codex hybrid. Ha, see, I was right. Of course, Dylan's very existence, combined with his amazing powers, kind of goes against everything we thought we knew about symbiote biology. The Maker uses his big freaky science brain to concoct a theory, though. A kinda grand unifying theory for all symbiote births. Basically, a new symbiote is born asexually whenever the universe needs one, basically. You know, whenever the symbiote hive feels threatened, of course, then you gotta wonder, isn't Venom not part of the symbiote hive anymore and hasn't been for a while? Yes, this is true, but he now considers humanity to be his hive. And to fight more dangerous, more complicated threats, it means that the bursts have had to become more complicated and powerful themselves, and nothing is more powerful and dangerous than Null, basically the Satan of symbiote lore. Obviously, that would make Dylan basically the Jesus and/or savior of the symbiotes. Speaking of Dylan and we were, how is he dealing with the knowledge that Eddie was not his older brother, but actually his father? Well, it's a little rough going at first. Dylan's still working through a ton of abandonment issues. But Eddie pretty much swears up and down that he's never going to leave him again and that he's going to protect him through thick and thin. A less lethal protector, if you will. Granted, that still doesn't mean that father and son aren't keeping secrets from each other. Eddie hasn't told anyone yet that his defeat of Carnage is almost assured that Null is going to come to Earth to wreck shop, nor has Dylan told his father about his own latent powers. Now that's all pretty bad, but guess what? It all gets so much worse. You see, in this issue we actually figure out what the hell Project Oversight is and why the Maker was so interested in symbiotes. You see, evil Reed Richards actually wants to go back to the Ultimate Universe, but he can't for a number of reasons. One, there's a good chance it might not even be there anymore, or at least not in a stable state. And two, and this is a big one, you're not actually meant to keep jumping universes the way the Maker has without horribly injuring your body and especially your mind, which you just cannot have. The workaround the Maker had figured out, though, was actually the symbiote themselves. He discovered that they can actually move between universes quite easily, and they do it a lot. How does he know that? Well, the Ultimate Symbiote came to him. For those who don't remember, the 610 Venom symbiote is a lot different from the one we know in the main universe. It's a lot more feral, a lot more ravenous. It's also not an alien. It was created in a lab, meaning it's fully synthetic. But why is it so important for the Maker, you might be wondering, to solve this symbiote riddle to get back to his own universe? Well, it seems that the people he's been talking to this whole time are actually the frickin' Council of Reeds, aka the power-hungry cabal of multiversal Mr. Fantastics brought together to spread their own will across the multiverse. The Maker wants to join them, but he can't until he has his own universe to stand on. And he's willing to do anything to get that job done, which almost certainly means he's going to be clashing with Eddie and Dylan again sooner rather than later as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Venom issue 20, and I gotta say, if Absolute Carnage's finale left me a little cold, Donny Cates heated me right back up again with this story. I really did not think they would be teasing a kind of return to the Ultimate Universe in a Venom book of all places, and believe you me, I still very much think it's a tease and not as much will come of it as we all seem to think it will. But honestly, that's a conversation for another day. I'm glad that the Maker is going to be sticking around in the Venom book. He's a really interesting foil for Venom. And between him and Null, the Ultimate Venom symbiote, and now the Council of Reeds, Donny Cates is going out of his way to make this the biggest, most impactful, most meaning run in Venom's history, I think. Overall, I'd give this one a very strong 8 out of 10. Definitely check this one out. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing me right now, it means you watched to the end of the video, of which I will always be appreciative of. It really helps with retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. If you really like my work, you can check me out on social media. I have links down in the description of the video you're watching right now to all my different socials. I got the Twitter, I got the Instagram, I got the Facebook. I'm very easy to be reached, and if you follow me there, you can be the first to know about when a new video goes live. And with that, I will bid you all adieu. Bye-bye.